Okay, guys, here we are. Let me double check. I'm not going to do like that surprise breakout where it's just me and then I show you guys. They're going to get all of us. Okay, it looks like it's working. Um, all right, everybody, welcome to Sunday Night RagChew. And tonight, joining the RagChew crew are two crazy Canadians that they are coming to be known as. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves and kind of what they do on their YouTube channels. But we've got Wes, which is Mr. Mud's Radio Time. And then we've got Simon from the Ham Jazz YouTube channel. And I can't explain what they do, so I'm sure that they can. So we're going to start tonight with them explaining. We'll start. Let's see. I got Mr. Mud. Wes, is that right? I got Wes on that side. Okay, we're going to start with Wes. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be a great stream because I love your guys' videos. And go ahead, Wes. Tell us about yourself and what you do and everything.
Oh, well, okay. What we do, or what I do. Well, yeah. Should I say it the proper way? I'll say I'm Victor Alpha 5, Mike Uniform Delta. Just the pause.
Every 10 minutes.
Yeah, every 10 minutes. Yeah. No, actually, it's every half an hour in Canada. So.
Oh, nice.
Do we have to do it for 10 minutes here, guys? What do you think? I don't know. Maybe
it's not half the value, is it? 10 to no, it could be.
I don't know. I like to yell my name as much as I can. Yeah, no. I'm a ham operator, of course, and I've got a channel, Mr. Mud's Radio Time. Inspiration of Greg, Kilo Juliet 6 Echo Romeo. He started calling me Mr. Mud in, probably 3 or some years ago. I was in a little cabin in Saskatchewan. I think it was my first time hunting, and he was my first station I got. And from there, that's where it went, Mr. Mud. 500 QSOs later, we're still talking every once in a while. And I thought, in the inspiration of Simon, my YouTube guru, he kind of pushed me over the deep end here to start doing some YouTube stuff. I just got way too many crazy things in my head trying to do, figure out making antennas, doing wacky things. And who else is the wackier of showing you how to do something wacky is Simon, right?
1 second, Wes. I just got a thing saying no audio from Wes.
Let me do a check here. Hey, Chris, digital analog ham. Can you hear me, mate? Am I too loud enough? Hello. Oh, okay. So Tommy Boy, he can
Tommy
hear
Boy's hearing us.
Okay. Chris, can you hear me, mate?
Test.
Let's make sure we're getting audio first here. Okay, Simon. Okay, go ahead, Wes. Let us know, guys, if you're hearing Wes or not still.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
5'9", mate. 5'9", buddy.
5'9"?
Coming in clear here.
All right.
And if you haven't heard him, let us know if you haven't heard him at all so he gets to start over.
I can hear everyone. Okay, there we go. Wes was a little better now.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the beer that
He is drinking beer.
Yeah, well, you're drinking a pretty lame beer, I got to say, mate. So that's probably why.
That's all right. It has a use for something. I'll make an antenna out of it.
I'm bringing your mic up. I just moved your mic volume up just a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Okay, go ahead and finish.
All right, there we go. Test. I'm going. All right, yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard me or not. I was just blabbing around about what I do and stuff. Playing radio, making antennas. The inspiration, Simon. Thank you, Simon, for letting me do all this crappy, weird stuff that I love to do. And yeah, thanks, Paul, for having me on the show here. This is great. I love your stuff. And the RagChew, this is all we got to do. We don't have to plan anything. We absolutely, well, we planned a little bit of something. But you know what RagChew is? I promise I'm not going to talk about my doctor's appointment or my walker. Unless you guys want me to.
Wait, Wes, you said no outline. Wait, I got 7 pages we got to follow, and you're going off script here.
Okay, let's get back to the doctor's appointment.
Yeah, the important stuff.
The important stuff.
Hang on, we're HF guys, not VHF.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, we are a little bit. I got a VHF video for us, so we got to share the love.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's me in a nutshell. I'll let Simon, let's hear about Simon. Everyone's here for Simon. Let's hear about your stuff.
No, Wes.
Woohoo!
Anyway, Paul, mate, thank you. Thanks so much for having Wes and I on the show. Fantastic, mate.
I appreciate you guys coming on, and it's something I've been trying to build. Get more of us together. It's just another night for some hams to get together, RagChew, and build a community. I love the community. I try to catch as many streams as possible, and I'm still getting to know some of the newer like me. I mean, I'm not really a big YouTuber yet either, but and getting more and more of these YouTuber guys that are doing all sorts of fun videos and informative videos. So let's keep it going and build our RagChew crew. But Simon, tell us about yourself, whatever you want to tell us, and what you do on your channel.
Well,
for those who may not know, most may already know, but that's okay.
How's your steak? I can't get the tenor voice. How's your steak? I'd love to be able to get that Paul Robeson bass line, Anyway, yeah, thanks, Paul. My name's Simon, and my channel is Ham Jazz, and I guess I've always had a excuse me, I've just eaten dinner, so I had to feed my daughter. I'm flying solo dad, so apologies. So basically, I've always had a background in radio, if you will, because my uncle VK3 Alpha, the sun. Look at that, so that you can tell I'm on the West Coast. That's actually not a spotlight, by the way. I'm not actually at Rogers Arena. That actually is the sun. So,
that fill light is too bright, Simon. It's throwing us off.
Right, you know what?
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'll fill in this audio. Look at that piano.
My uncle VK3 Alpha Zulu Papa was a ham. So I remember the sun cycle in the early 1980s on CB, and that to me changed my life forever. One day getting Western Australia, next day getting Queensland. So anyway, so that's sort of been my motivator, and then moving to Victoria, BC, out of Whistler, which was in a valley between two mountains where HF was basically bankrupt. There was nothing going on there. It was all VHF and so on. I come here, and basically it's one of probably the greatest places in the world for HF propagation. And during that time, it sort of coincided right with the birth of POTA. And so it's like a perfect storm. And being a jazz musician, one of my trumpet heroes was Big Spiderbeck, and so BIX. I always wanted a call sign that would perhaps reflect the jazz aspect or the background of my life. So BIX. I thought, that's pretty cool, because there's not a lot of guys have a three-letter name. So hence VA7 BIX. So my channel, I guess I'm very what is it? ADHD, OCD, crazy, mad, nuts.
You got it all, man.
I got it all. So basically, I'm very right brain, and because I think at school, like, I do a lot of things left-handed. So I see a lot of things visually, and I wish they had have taught us like that at school back in the 70s and 80s. Would have done a lot better scholastically than I did. So I kind of try to think outside the box with antennas and antenna ideas, Paul, and yeah, and I love experimenting.
Statement of the year.
So that's it, mate. I don't want to go on. So that
outside of the box. Yeah, his last stream, just to give you guys an example, and I think he has a video or a clip to show, but his last stream, for those of you who may not have seen it, it's the tape, right? Is it just a metal tape? I've never known. Is it just duct tape, or is it a certain metal tape? I can't remember.
It's metal tape. Have you got any? So have you got any beside you there, buddy?
Is it like Mylar for like AC ducting and stuff?
Yes. It's
yeah.
Okay. I guess.
So he uses metal tape, makes an antenna, different bands, different, and that one, because of the wind, I don't know the maximum wind speed that day, but it was pretty windy on the coast there. It was blowing everything over, but he hung in there. Everyone in chat was rooting him on. He took us on his radio secret path walk to the car, and he came back with his amazing vertical tape measure antenna, which I then made a QSO with him, actually, and he came in clearer than I'd ever heard him before. So interesting, yeah.
And we're laughing. So I felt like it's hilarious. Here I am, this idiot from Australia in Canada, trying to be David Attenborough and talk about botany. And I'm some sort of botanist, and I know the difference between larches and aspens, trying to fill the dead air. Chris is giving me crap. Digital analog ham. I'm at the car talking about little squiddies and so on. dude, get back, see if the radio is still there. Yeah. So it was just, it was nuts.
Well,
Mate.
it was safe the last run. Nobody took the icon. And again, I made a comment. It's because it was an icon. If it was a Yaesu, they might have taken
Ah, love it.
it. Just kidding. Just kidding.
No one wants that icon. It fell a couple times. Right?
It did fall. So that's pretty good right there. It dropped. What is that? Maybe 3 feet up.
No, it's one of those
Not
little.
quite a meter.
Yeah, probably 8, about 2 feet, let's say.
2 feet. Yeah. So not bad.
Yeah,
Boom!
worked good.
So, guys, I couldn't think of anything. I don't really have anything Canadian-esque or even Australian-esque for that matter. But I was going through my shirts and my hats. I think, okay, well, I gotta have something. And so I don't want to make this a depressing thing, but my sister lost her husband last year, and his favorite movie was Spaceballs. And so she had shirts made for everyone in honor of him. And so I found that shirt, and I immediately knew, because I love Rick Moranis, that she had these shirts made. And if you remember the scene where the name of the targeting guy is, his last name is Asshole, and the guy that hired him's last name is Asshole, and they're all cross-eyed, and things are going crazy, and he says, I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes, meaning the name. That's a last name. That's not a swear, so I don't want any strike here or anybody saying this is a PG-13 stream now. But I was going to play the video clip. I have it, but I don't want any kind of copyright or something. But anyway,
Well,
so
what do you think is the most Canadian movie? I guess we got Spaceballs. I would say Slapshot.
Slapshot, and then probably Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. Yeah, you hoser.
Strange Brew that's like the most stereotypical Canadian movie, right? It plays on all the stereotypes, but Bob and Doug McKenzie, SCTV, all those guys. I was raised on all those guys, mostly from Canadian, mostly being Canadian. That whole crew of comedians was great.
Well, John Candy was Canadian, wasn't
John Candy, he was one of my favorites. I still have the People magazine, that the issue that honored John Candy when he passed away. I still have that. Yeah, so some amazing people and all sorts of things have come out of Canada, and now we get the Canadian craziness in antennas and POTA. And if you guys saw the picture, let me pull it up real quick on the title.
Oh, the Times Magazine, was it? No.
No. I've got one. The title I made. Okay, let's see. You guys should be able to see this, right?
Yeah. Well, there we are.
Now, if you look at Wes on my right, I'm not sure if it's the same in reverse. I took that from a video that he was on a bicycle making contacts, and I don't remember the one that I got that from Simon, but that was just because he had his arms up, and I had to put woohoo on there. But anyway, so that's how interesting these guys' channels are. So, do you want to show that clip, Wes? You have a clip you wanted to show?
Yeah, well, you're running the show, man. I'm just
No, we're RagChewing. So what can you talk about? What do you have lately, or something interesting, or a clip?
Well, yeah. Well, so like I was promising you some footage. This weekend, I was putting the comms into I call it the toy POTA. It's kind of awkward saying it, but the Toyota Tundra. I threw all my radio comms from the Jeep into it, and yeah, I made a quick video just for today, so I didn't have to walk outside and show you it all. So yeah, if you want to play that clip, it does a quick walkthrough, and we could it's RagChew. And Simon, cover yours. It's VHF UHF.
Okay, now I don't remember if do I have the video file?
I could play it too.
Yeah, you're able to share or present the screen, right? Yeah. Just go ahead and do it. I've got you full screen.
All right, entire screen. There we go.
It's all you.
Yeah, it's all me. Let's go to this and that, and we'll play this.
We getting it? You might have to explain it. I'm not hearing anything, Wes.
There's no audio?
Nope.
All right. Well,
you might have to explain it. I'm not hearing anything, Wes.
Okay, here, let's turn her down here. So, you know what? We're going to pause this right now. And I'll go back out of this. We'll talk about it later. I'll get the audio working. There we go. So yeah, I made a quick video just going through my Tundra. I put in the 4100 ICOM, and something I do a little different. I don't know. I'd like to hear from some people in the chat. With my 2-meter antenna, I actually have a 2-meter antenna and a 70-centimeter antenna on each side of the fender, and using a duplexer. And the thoughts on that is getting just the perfect SWR on a 5/8 wave with the 2-meter. I've tried tri-banders, dual bander antennas, and I found cutting them just exactly where I want them to my repeater or something my hotspot at home. Something that seems to work really well. So I don't know what Paul. Do you have anything in your vehicle? Do you have an XJ, don't you?
I've got an XJ that is currently in need of some repairs, so I'm trying to get the garage cleaned out. And if you saw my video a month ago, you saw that my garage looked like it was literally hit by a tornado. Not to make light of what just happened in a few states here, but so I've got the garage. I'm working on getting that cleaned up, and once that's cleaned up, I'll pull that in and get it fixed. But I actually got a Tundra last December. I got a 24 Tundra and finally got a VHF UHF antenna put in it.
Oh,
I made
nice.
a quick YouTube short just showing how I put it in. It basically did what Mike Kate MRD at Ham Radio Tube did with those under the hood mounts that use a bolt that's already there. It was real simple. And then I found the little grommet, cut it halfway through, slid the 316 cable in. And it's good, but yeah. So I don't want to do anything crazy to it. It's too new of a car. In a few more years, then I won't care what happens to it.
Yeah, that's just part of the whole thing about putting comms in your vehicles, right? I like to be as less destructive as I can. If I have to drill anything, it's hidden, and everything is basically you can put it back to stock.
Yeah.
Don't want to. How's the RF and all that in the truck for your?
Well, the VHF UHF so far has been fine. It's a 24, so it's got that computer screen.
Yeah.
Not as fancy as the TRD. It's not the top of the line, but I don't see any effect. There's no hissing, buzzing, nothing in my audio so far. So it seems to be great. And then next I'll put an HF on the other side, run the ATAS and an 891. So
nice.
I'll get that going. Hopefully, I'm planning on going to the Hamcom Zion. Is that what it's called? Ham Zion Com, the one in southern Utah.
Ooh,
So I plan on going there, and my son lives there, and I got a buddy in St. George near Zion, so I've got some people to visit. So I'd like to get it all done before I go there, and then I want to go to. I'll drive over to Huntsville. Will be my first,
Nice.
real hamvention.
Ham and have the hammer. You know what? I got a story for you with my. It's with my Jeep. So just I'll paint the picture here. Driving down the highway, going about 60 miles an hour, 100 kilometers an hour. You got your HT 100 watts loaded up, and you start talking on the radio, and it's at nighttime and all that, and you key up and you're talking to someone. All of a sudden, your dash lights up, every light comes on, your speedometer dies, your lights turn off, but you're still talking, and the Jeep is still rolling with full power.
It's a Jeep.
Yeah, I just kicked that bugger in the butt, man. She didn't die, but I lost my whole dash and everything. Knocked the computer out.
That's
so
hilarious.
I sent some pretty, I don't know if it's common mode or something didn't like it. So yeah, just turn back the ignition, restart it, and continue playing radio.
Yeah, it's like the XJ. It's a 2000. It's not something I would trust on a cross country journey. I just wouldn't. If I had a newer Wrangler or even that Gladiator or something, then yeah, that'd be nice. But I know Frank from Tank Radio's going to be looking for a Jeep as well. But I do love Jeep, and if I don't end up keeping the Tundra, I may get a Gladiator. I'm not sure. I want a truck. I love Jeep, and Toyotas are tried and true, so you can't go wrong with them.
Exactly. But you know what's even better is to have what Simon has, to put a beam on it.
A beam on the truck?
Well, tell us about your Beamer, Simon.
Well, there you go.
I don't have no. Actually, a Beamer in Australia is a BMW. I don't have one of those. Beamer.
I know. I'm just. I'm
Actually,
if you put a beam on it, then you could call anything a Beamer. Maybe.
You know what? I'm going to try to bring a photo up on the screen here, guys, because this is absolutely hilarious. And I'm actually waiting for parts. and I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm
sorry,
going.
man. I'm sorry. I thought.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, by the way, Paul, you
Yeah.
look in absolutely amazing shape, mate. So, are you a runner? Are you a swimmer? Or are you a cyclist? Or what, dude? I'm thinking.
I'm a tenth of an acre lawn mowing homeowner who sits too much. When I was in Seattle, I used to do everything. I moved to Texas in 09. Seattle has mountains, snow, it has
Yep.
everything, rivers. So I was kayaking, wakeboarding, snowboarding, backpacking, hiking, mountain biking. I did everything under the sun year round. Taught my boys growing up. I come to DFW area. Texas is a great state. There's not a whole lot of that kind of stuff in the DFW area. You got to travel somewhere to get to the mountains. You got to travel somewhere to get those things. So I just don't. I am not physical. I love the outdoors, but the only time I love the outdoors in Texas is October to May,
Yeah, it's
and then
too hot.
it just gets too humid. I can't stand the humidity.
Well, mate, I've got a mobile home business down in Alvin and Pearland, and I know exactly. You get off the plane at Bush International, Intercontinental, or Hobby,
That's
and
even
it's
worse down there.
and it's just the absolute wall of heat.
Yep.
But anyway, mate, the reason why I ask is you go to Zion. I mean, that's just going to be like epic, epic hiking there, mate.
Oh, it's amazing. I haven't hiked any of that. I've driven through that area, but
Yep.
yeah, that whole place, Zion, and then there's a few others. There's Arches. There's a lot of beautiful national parks and stuff in southern Utah. Bryce, yeah. So we'll see. I'm thinking of spending a whole week there, visiting my son for a couple of days, and going down there and maybe doing some live streams and activating a couple POTUS.
You got to highlight the getting out in life. There, Houston is the armpit of Texas. So to answer your question, Wes,
Exactly right.
I'm actually waiting for some parts, but I will let the cat out of the bag. Woohoo! So I actually did I'm not sure, Paul, if you know that I did just for fun. I made a 2-element Yagi out of tent poles.
I haven't seen that one. No.
Well, it's crazy, mate. And you know the funny thing, it actually works.
Of course it does.
Hang on. Most of them fail, mate, but this actually works. And anyway, I've devised this system. Okay, so picture a 2-element Yagi that's I'm going to try to explain this visually. So you've got your mast, right, going up like that, and then you've got your boom, and you've got, the separation between your radiating elements, I should say, because it's a dipole, and your reflector at the back. Sorry about the green screen. So what I'm working out on the car is I've done the math, and I've actually I've done a bit of research that it's not critical, the separation between the front and the back element for 20 meters, because I always thought that, okay, it's got to be 8 feet, 8.69 feet between the front element and the back element. But it's actually quite arbitrary. It seems like anything between 2 meters, so that's 6 feet, 6 inches, and 10 feet will work. So what I've made up is I'm using 2x2 pieces of wood that I lay on the front of the car with a hinge. So basically, picture this. So I've actually got to visualize this myself because I've still got to buy the parts. So you buy. Okay, so you buy 2.
Close your eyes and I'll visualize this.
All right, so you buy 4 2x2s that are 8 feet long, right?
Got it.
In the middle of the 2x2s, you put a hinge so they can fold over on themselves. Boom. So you lay them on the roof of your car, you separate them however you can and want to. And if you've got a roof rack, even better, you can sort of wedge them underneath the bar that goes from front to back.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of each of the 2x2s, you have a right angle hinge that locks into place, and you have a 4-foot piece going up. So you've got 4, 4, 4, 4. At the top of the 2 at the front and top of the 2 at the back, you drill holes and you angle the holes at about probably 110 degrees. So they're sort of slightly upwards. But picture this. What do we say? They're 12, 12 You know what? Go with 6 feet. Go with the 6 feet 2x2s as the horizontal. Sorry, as the as the horizontal. So you've got 12 feet going out, right, with the hinge in the middle. Then you've got the 4 foot going up, and then with those you have the tent poles going through on the front and the back of your van, and you sit those on the car.
Crazy.
And it's almost like it's a parasitic array essentially,
Yeah.
but then you can vary it further forward and back to get your front to back ratio. So then, and you're not going to get that huge sag. So when you're on, say, 10, 15 meters, you've only got an extra 6 or 8 feet max, so 3 to 4 feet on each end of sag on your 10 poles drooping down. So there's your portable beam on the van. I am heading to Alberta in a bit over a month, and I'm going to stop at Glacier National Park. Nice. And Banff and Lake Louise, and I'm going to put that sucker on the roof, and I'm going to be driving the car around the park with this monstrous beam calling CQ Poda and see what happens. Woohoo!
And now you guys just got a summary
You would.
of what Simon does on his channel. Hey, welcome, Frank. Frank from Ham Radio Wilderness with Frank.
Welcome. Thank you.
Oh,
I didn't explain it too well.
yeah.
I need to probably.
Simon, this is what me and Simon do on a daily basis. I think this conversation is so. This is you guys got a really good insight of the Canadian craziness of how antennas are built and designed.
Yeah, so that's what you kind of get from both. You guys are putting these things out all the time, and that's what's exciting about it is why you guys are coming up with these ideas and making things work, and it's fun to watch.
Oh, it's great. It's fun doing it, and like Simon says, for every video you see out there, antenna works. There's a large handful of antennas that are just won't work, but we sometimes scrape them off the floor and we retry them, and we can't see it. Simon, you got a green.
All right, let me turn this off. I'm going to actually, I don't want you guys to see my disgusting, my office is a disgrace. Let me just turn this off for one sec.
I was going to say, that's a beautiful drawing you made of a beautiful living room. Oh, okay.
So there you go. So basically you've got 6 and 6 going. So assume your car is under here, right? So you've got a 2x2 going that way with a hinge with another 2x2 going this way with a 90-degree hinge going up 4 feet. And then there's your 10 pole going horizontally across through through a drilled hole in the 2x2 that's vertical.
And then you can slide that forward or backward, right? Is what you were saying?
Absolutely, it's absolutely it's totally mobile in every sense of the word, and it's flexible, it's maneuverable, and the whole idea is that you can actually move that. And and I know it will work. And I've actually done a test. I had a pile up that when you're only 2.5 feet above the roof of your car, you get away from sort of all that crazy capacitive coupling and weirdness from the body of your car and bonding, and you've got yourself a 6-8 dB gain beam, and the overhang here, hang on, my fingers are all back to front. The overhang here and here is going to be minimal sag. So I'm really excited about that. So that's coming up soon. Woohoo! All right. There you go.
Very good. Yeah, easier to vision now with the picture there.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to have a camera like a roof cam, so we can always be watching it as you drive, and a cam on your, like a roof cam watching the antenna as you drive, and then a cam, of you, right? You're gonna have to have multiple cams set up on this.
So the answer is yes. It's like when people ask, "Where's the line of the century?" Is my little dog from Mexico. They ask like people all the time. He's the cutest dog you've ever seen, and they ask what breed he is, and I just say yes. So as far as the antenna cam goes, yes, I'll do it all, mate. I'm nuts. Crazy.
So you got a comment there from Maurice about joining the Glacier Waterton Ham Fest July 19th through 21st.
Ooh, you're going to be not.
Woo!
Does that coincide with the time?
Yeah, but that's Glacier. Yeah. Oh, hang on, Waterton. Now is that in BC? Sorry, is that in Alberta or is that actually in Montana? Wow, that would be unbelievable to go and see him.
Take the scenic route home.
Well, it sounds good to me.
That'd be great. So
It's in Montana, he says.
Oh, Montana.
Simon, you're saying about something about the captains of the car, messing with your antenna.
Yep.
So I guess kind of thinking outside the box, there we go. Oh, California, Mexico. Thinking outside the box, tuning your antenna on your car. Has anyone ever thought of tuning your car to your antenna? Hey,
Woo!
think about that, you guys.
Now there's some right brain madness. I love it.
Okay, so everyone's doing it, and I guess they're not thinking of it that way because they're tuning their antenna. And I have one video out on 40-meter ham sticks, but part of the whole craziness when you're doing your 40 meters on a ham stick or any kind of antenna on your vehicle and mobile is bonding of all your body parts. Like you got your hood, exhaust system. I guess I recommend that to people if they're going to be trying to get their antennas working. Start tuning your car, not tuning like spark plugs and stuff, but getting your exhaust connected, bonded with, of course, bonding. I say bonding. People say grounding. I'm kind of an electric kind of guy, so I say bond the exhaust, the hood. Try that because that is your key thing is to get that ground plane as one. Without them being connected, they start acting as different radiating elements, and it just makes everything a big mess, right? So,
Yeah, I did that with my XJ. I can't remember, quarter or half inch, just little thin straps that weren't too noticeable, and doors to door frames, hoods on both sides, exhaust, tailgate. I did all that, and I run that ATAS 120 with an 891, and it works amazing. And then I had the diamond tilt, three-axis tilt mount, and I tried NVIS once. I just tilted that thing sideways, 6 feet off the ground, and I was getting NVIS like 40, 50, 80 miles away to some guys here locally in Texas. So, the bonding, I'm sure it helps. I'm not, proficient and knowledgeable enough to know exactly how much it helps, but I think you're spot on, Wes.
where did Frank go? There you are.
No,
Hey, Frank.
He's hiding in the weeds.
Adjusting stuff in the back end here.
We thought you were gone. Oh shoot!
Oh, no,
It's the weeds.
No, I'm just hiding
out of the
behind all
weeds.
the weeds there. Yeah.
So,
Try.
go ahead.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question, and
Yeah.
Frank and Wes. Okay, this is a bit of a cliche, but just sort of popped into my mind. Okay, you're on a deserted island. Forget the radio because I know you're a Yaesu guy, and actually, Wes is he goes both ways. He's Yaesu and ICOM.
Well, I'm both ways too.
He's by ham.
All right, my question is, you need a lightweight and yet fun antenna, and you want to have a lot of fun, Paul. On your deserted island, what are you taking with you?
And we're not considering bands or anything like that, right?
No, you want to have fun. You're bored to death, and you want to be able to have fun and
Lightweight antenna. I mean, it's you can't go wrong with a tune like an NFED. The Cars NFED or Reliance NFED. Those antennas have been amazing, and it doesn't take much to put those up in a sloper. But I like my Chameleon. I like the Impasse 2.0 setup. It's just not cheap. So overall, I really do like the Chameleon setup. The match with a wire or the vertical.
I'll do you one better a little bit there. The Poseidon from Coffee and Ham Radios. It's a Rybakoff vertical, and just straight up, and it's gone. It's up and it's tuned. Anything 10 through 40, you could do 80 for a small period on it, but I wouldn't do that for too long.
Yeah, the Poseidon seems like a great one and very lightweight, right?
well, anything that those
absolutely.
guys design, I'm sure it's good.
Yep.
Yeah, well, exactly. I'm
What
really,
about you?
I'm really screaming. You know what I really would I use for a fun antenna? I would probably bring a lawn chair. and a 9-to-1 on an. I don't know. It's
That
just,
way you could sit.
Yeah, I could sit
Go
on
ahead.
it and
Sorry.
sit on and make my buns toasty. No, you
That's
know
right.
what? For
That's exactly what I was going to say.
yeah, you know what? If I was gonna, yeah, there we go. We got some cord.
Well, that is my choice antenna.
I was going to say we're about to see Simon's out of
No,
the box
seriously,
choice.
just
Right?
they were just Ethernet cable
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you've got infinite length. It's
Oh, yeah,
dirt
yeah.
cheap,
Yeah.
and as with Wes, they don't cut the ends off, right, Wes?
you don't got a man. We
Okay,
got.
buddy.
I don't
Right,
have
sorry,
this.
back to you, Wes.
And,
Do you have it?
and you can, like you said, you want to have fun with it. So some of that fun isn't necessarily operating. Some of that fun could be creating new antennas, and you can only do that with that, right? Not a single wire. So good on you.
Exactly.
You know what I wanted to try sometime is I'd love to put like a 16-foot aluminum canoe upright and load that up. I think that would work. That would be great. Hey, what do you think, Simon? You think a canoe sitting
Yes.
straight up in a tree? If you could get your buddies I mean, if you drank a couple cases of beer, you could probably get that thing straight up on a tree. And yeah, man, a canoe would be a great antenna.
What if you were in the canoe in the water, but on say some like a wood or plastic seat, not touching the metal, and just connect a match to the side of the canoe and just see what you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's funny you say that. Look at what Tommy Boy just said. So there's a pilot's brain right there. Look at that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yes.
Oh, wrong
Oh
one.
yeah.
There we go.
Yes. There we go.
So along this lines, I'll tell you what the test I did this week and the week before. So Alpha Antenna has that what's it called, HOA gutter antenna, right? The buster. So I already had their FMJ, which is a match, and it's probably similar to the one that comes with the HOA buster antenna set. So I wasn't going to spend another $200 something on another one. So I just got the 8-foot wire. I already had the spike, and I spiked that in, connected to my gutter a few weeks ago, and made quite a few contacts with my gutter. So I thought, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to do a series of short videos or videos on what metal objects can I connect that alpha match to with that little 8-foot wire and ground it into the ground with the stake and see, what works. And so this week and last week, I've been filming some footage of connecting it to the 35-ish foot metal fence in my backyard. I put it in the center, and I'm making contacts on a 3-foot metal fence with an alpha match and an 8-foot wire. So I'm going to start doing some of those kind of videos just to see whatever I find metal that doesn't
Is
have
that
like
what you were
electric.
using to get?
Yes.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
Wes, have you got your little piece of cardboard handy, mate?
no. I don't have any props.
Or your taps?
Yeah, no. I've got a. You know what? I'm gonna share that on. I guess on Thursday I'm gonna be on Coffee and Ham Radio, and I'll break that sucker out. I'll show you guys if you guys want to tune in there. I got something I made up and.
Well, Coffee and Ham Radios. That's okay. You're going to get a lot more exposure here at the RagChew crew. They're
Oh, of
Coffee and
course.
Ham Radios. They're a bunch of novices.
I know.
Careful,
I got 'em
Paul. You
covered.
might
Hey,
make have
right,
you
hey,
might
you there?
Yeah, you're pretty there.
you might have Jim giving them an
Yeah, you know what, Paul? If you wanna talk to I'm gonna say this out loud right on the live stream. If you want to talk to the master of gutter antennas, he's in the chat right now, Tommy Boy. Tommy
Oh, is
Boy.
that what Tommy? Is he in there?
Yeah, Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Man, Tommy. Yeah, that bugger gets out on his gutters.
Oh, he runs the gutter a lot, huh?
Oh, on the Discord, like you should see the PSK reporter on FT8. It's like, holy smokes! I was sleeping while this was going on. Meanwhile, Tommy Boy has worked the world on his gutter.
Is that his Discord name? Is that Tommy Boy's his Discord name?
Yeah.
No, it's oh yeah. No, I don't know what you are. Is it Tommy Boy in the Discord?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's him right over there. Yeah, get a gutter to gutter with him. Beautiful, beautiful. It's
So one thing I didn't do is I didn't go through and confirm metal on metal contact on all the segments. And so that may be something I need to do is run some little metal screws at all the joints just to make sure there's metal on metal. But I got my whole entire thing connected.
I did a continuity check on my gutters.
Oh, okay.
and the gutters had continuity. They actually went all the way up into the soffits as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
all
Wow,
the
that is
soffits
cool.
went. So I had basically a full loop, and I was tempted to give it a slice on the soffit. Oh, I shouldn't say it too loud. My wife might hear it, but somewhere I want to cut it to unbond it to make actually a loop and see what happens.
We'll edit the video later after it posts, so there's no
Yeah,
evidence.
she doesn't watch this anyway. She listens to me talk about it too much already.
WA7 Fly. Okay.
In the Discord. There we
Tom.
go. There we go.
So Tom, maybe we need to work on that. Where are you located? 7. You're in the Northwest there somewhere?
I think it's
Yeah, he's in Camas, I think, just across the bridge from Portland, in Washington.
Okay. Yeah, I'm from Northern Idaho, and then I lived in Seattle for about 17 years. I miss the Northwest, but
Paul, I just
yeah.
tagged the two of you in the Discord so that you can
Okay,
link
cool.
up.
Tom, we'll figure it out on Discord, and sometime we'll try to do that'll be a click to get up to the Northwest, but we'll give it a try. What the heck?
Oh,
Fans are good, right? This is the best time to do it during the solar cycle.
Well, exactly. And I guess on the Discords, whatever platform, whatever Discord you're in, we like to have a little bit FT8 wars and stuff. So Tommy will.
I love FT8. I people hate it, but I'll sit there and I'll just watch it while I'm doing something else. And if I see a call sign I want, I double click it and I get them.
Oh yeah, exactly. I do VNC with my FT8, so I'll have my on my phone or my tablet, and I love it at the end. You know where it says 73s and all that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say 73s from the can because I'm actually sitting on the can taking a crap.
Mike, I don't. Oh, quiz.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Who's that? I think who I get Pug.
Okay.
I get Pug all the time.
So let's can we delve into that? We're hitting 42 minutes. I usually go 30. When I'm on my own, I do 30 minutes or so, but we can go as long as we need. Simon, will you explain? I have missed the reasoning behind the 6 meter. I don't know the whole story there. I need you to explain it. I don't care how embarrassing or I don't care. I don't care whose feelings you hurt. I want to know the story.
You got the picture, Simon, somewhere?
Okay.
Where's the picture? We need the picture.
So, a bit like there was an obscure trumpet player in the jazz world called Jack Purvis who actually faked his death. I feel like 6 meters is a bit the same on ham radio. I just feel like the 50-meter band like Jack Purvis just doesn't exist. And I don't even have it. And, and everybody's like, oh, you got to try out 50 meters, 50 megahertz. I turn it on to 50 megahertz. More. Oh, hang on. Nah. More. Wait. Hang on. But wait, there's more. So, So about 75 years later, and about anyway, no, I'm kidding. So decades later, 6 meters just doesn't exist, mate. And I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm not in California.
Tom says otherwise.
So as a tech, I got my first contact, usually it's 10 meters or something, right? My first contact was 6 meter and 13 years ago, 12 years ago, sorry. I do like 6 meter. One thing I like about 6 meters is that you can use repeaters, same as 10 meters, right? And there are some 6 meter repeaters, and that it is a fun, but at the same time, a frustrating band. So I hear what you're saying, Simon. Sometimes I get on it and it's just, I don't see the point. And then when it's open, tropospheric this or that, and I'm getting, to Russia or whatever the capability, it's incredible if you think about it. 6 meter, right? And you're using 2 meter, and that doesn't have much range, but 6 meter can literally go around the world.
Well,
at certain conditions.
And it's a very, very difficult band to master, right? Because you need power, and you need a good antenna, and you are riddled.
Antenna is really key.
And you're also riddled with RFI because it's VHF.
Yeah.
So it poses a lot of challenges, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the ones with the big Yagis, I think that's the only way to do. I don't have that, but I think those big 6 meter Yagi types, that's the only way to do it, I think.
The place for 6 meters in my heart, in my heart. It's down there. No, I've played with it with my brother, and it usually just short in the city kind of, and it's fun because you could do simplex, you could do duplex,
Ooh.
Here you
and
go, Simon.
look at that.
Keep going, Wes. Keep going, mate.
Tom,
So
oh, go ahead, Wes.
If you're short range and stuff, it's actually fun to play because it kind of gets you used to how to do multi modes, and you can go into sideband or FM. I guess it's fun, but for DX where I'm at, I don't pick up a lot of 6-meter DX unless someone's pointing a Yagi at me. No. That's about the only time.
So maybe if someone in chat knows of a good, because here's the thing I find with 6-meter. I'll see a little news or something will pop up and it'll say 6-meter band is open. I'll read it. It'll be 2 days ago. So someone must have some link to some location on the web that notifies people immediately 6 meters open. You guys know of anything in the chat or anybody here?
Heat map.
But I mean, like a notification, will that pop up so you're not always looking at the heat map?
You put it into ham alert.
How do you put? You can put a band in.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
You think it would work?
Okay.
Are they now, Frank? Are they a good band? They got drums, bass, vocals,
saxophone.
Yeah. Yes, they're fantastic. So, okay, real quick, Simon. Here's 2 repeaters for 6 meters right in your area.
Okay, and all right, getting out in life. Amen. Yeah, brother. Look at this. I've made 1 6-meter contact since
Michael, why are you backing him up?
So
what's going on, man? Michael's supposed to be my friend. He was my first guest on the RagChew crew, and then Frank was the second. Hopefully, I'm not forgetting somebody.
So let me share this out.
Hey, Tommy, when you say the Delta loop, do you mean the kind that's just like on the ground type of thing, or do you need it in the air, or what do you mean for 6-meter?
So while we're waiting for an answer from Tom, you guys can see this. You hit add a condition, band.
No, look at that.
Scroll down to 6 meter.
Oh, it's actually there.
And then you
and
can
they
add
actually
a condition of. Yeah, so I added the band. I can add a mode. Let's say I want FT8 on 6 meters, right? So I add 6 meter FT8. And
6 meter Canadian attitude
tell
mode.
It where you want to be. Right. So you just
I need a theremin right now to give the woo the Horace sound.
See, now if I could get the desktop audio to work, I've got all these sound buttons.
You'll have a theremin in there somewhere.
I'm sure I do.
Come on, Frank, bring up a theremin. Have you got one?
I can't get my. That's the one thing I can't get my streams to do with StreamYard.
Let's see if I have it.
I can't get desktop sounds to come up.
Do you hear that?
I hear
wait,
fuzz.
Hold on, I have to mute this. There might be some echo here. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah,
yes.
No, we actually need a theremin.
Guess not. Okay.
So
I'll have to work on that.
Have you guys ever seen what a theremin is?
There you go. That's
those balls where you put your finger in and it goes woo.
Yeah.
That's how they used to, in Hollywood. That's how they did the haunted sound.
All right, hey Paul.
Yeah.
I'm showing my screen. If you want to get a ratio of how many 6 meters I got in my POTA, I'm not bragging, but just I'm showing my screen. If you guys could look,
there you go.
Under 6 meters.
Frank's quicker at all this stuff.
I got 2.
All right, let's have a contest then tonight. Let me look at mine. Let's see.
I
How do
haven't
we?
done 6 meter POTA, but I can show you.
I don't know how to pull it up. Just 6 meter.
We're just for where? Where are you trying to pull it up?
Oh, I was on QRZ. Where else can I pull that up?
Logbook?
Yep.
What you do? So okay, here I'll give you the live.
Oh, here.
I'll show it to you live. Let me present, share screen.
Here, I got band. I got my main screen here. I can show you.
Now, does anybody have a Hermes light? Anybody have a Hermes light out there?
So
apart from myself.
So if you filter if you go into filter, and yes, I have a
Mhm.
VA7 BIX filter in there. Go to
Woohoo!
filter, new filter. Oh, you gotta have it. Edit. Let's see. Edit the filter. Select field. My band is 6 meter.
Mhm.
Save. So
Oh, I gotcha.
now,
Okay.
if I go to the custom 28 filter. Oh, I need to add it as a rule. There we go. So these are all
How many do you
43
got?
of my 6
Oh,
meter.
dang it! You passed me.
Oh, it's all FT8 FM on there too. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I went up and I played CQ Soda one afternoon and got it all on 6. All on 6. Got my activation done on 6. Nice and easy.
Okay, my first
All right,
3 years,
let's
6 meter
remove my.
was about 10 on SSB, then mostly FT8. One little SSB here, and then, but see, look, 25, 26, not bad. Come on, Simon, it can be done.
Well, mate, the Hermes light, they've got it dialed in.
Now,
So
Simon.
if you have a Hermes light, it doesn't even have 50 megahertz on it. Yes.
Yeah, yes, but your 7300 does.
Does it, Frank?
I'm just gonna. It should. It's supposed to.
Well, but if it does, mate, it's brand new on my radio, mate.
I would double check that because it should have.
I think you had him speechless there for a second.
Now, Michael's out here. What?
No, there's 6
So-
meters of hot button on the 73.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. It's all good fun.
So
That's
Michael's out here saying he's had 0 contacts on 160, and well, yeah, we're just gonna. I'll just show this real quick. All 9 of them.
I think I got one.
That's now. Granted, obviously it's all FT8, and my antenna does not go to 160. It's 10 through 80, and that's it.
Well, here's the thing. If you can
So-
get it with FT8, most likely you can get it with JS8, which is just like any other digital, full text,
Oh,
whatever you want to
absolutely.
say. So I don't consider FT8 a non, some think it's not a Q, so it is, because it's the same basically as a JS8 call, which you can say anything you want. PSK
Oh,
is the same.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. Exactly. No, I have no problems with FT8, but I don't understand it. But Frank, you'll help me someday once we get off it.
It's just nice to have it sitting there and not, to not think about finding someone, and when you want to do voice, you do voice, and you're sitting there, you're finding someone, or you're calling CQ. But if you want to just chill and eat a sandwich over here, I could watch the thing and just look for people I want to connect with.
Well, yeah, if you ever hunt me, you'll
What-
notice I'm probably drinking a beer or eating a sandwich when I'm trying to call CQ. So,
Okay, so I'm wrong.
yeah.
Working
So,
voice, you can eat a sandwich and drink a beer while
well,
working
yeah.
voice.
If you see my microphone, it's full of
But
food.
that-
So yeah, I have proof in the mic.
But that's when the voice recorder comes in handy. And Wes, I'm gonna spoil a little bit for those that don't know. I'm gonna teach Wes how to properly use FT8 and all its features.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna
stay
be
tuned
live.
for that.
Now, if you could just teach me
So
how to get
you get to
our
hear all
desktop
the
account
Canadian
work, right?
cussing.
Yeah. Oh.
I was going to pull one
Is
thing
that your
out.
audio there, Paul?
Oh, do I have something
No,
going on?
that was mine. I'm just looking
Oh,
at the
okay.
Flex Radio in Australia, see if there's any stations to bring up.
I wanted to change my background for those who hadn't seen the Jeep that he was talking about earlier. I have.
What color is that? Paul?
I'm sure Hayden's sitting there on 6 meters.
So this is, the Line X and truck bed liner type stuff,
Yep.
right? This is Raptor brand. It's got a little bit more of a gloss to it, so it's not that
Yep.
dull coat. And during COVID, I pulled it into the garage, sanded it down, epoxy primered it, and put 2 coats of that Raptor liner on it myself. Total cost of about $500. So yeah, it's a fun rig, but it's out of commission right now.
Well, yeah. Thanks, Kevin. He's
Wes
saying
is
I'm
being
supposed
called
to
out
be
in the
super-
chat here.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, help Wes with everything.
We'll get you sorted. Don't worry.
Okay, one of these days, Simon, because I can somewhat agree with you on the 6-meter band, but one of these days, we're going to find a way to know when it's open between the. Well, wait, what do Canadians call the Pacific Northwest? Is it the Pacific Southwest?
Oh,
Because in the U.S., Seattle is the Pacific Northwest, but in Canada, it's the Southwest. So is it the Pacific South?
no, they just call it the wet coast. I mean, the
Okay.
west coast.
When it's open, one of these days, we're going to get a notification, and we
I'm-
got to try to make at least some kind of 6-meter. So if you could just make a 6-meter Hermes antenna, or whatever it takes, a tape measure, 6-meter tape measure. That's pretty easy, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get it someday. We'll put a pin in that. We'll get it someday.
Love it.
Yeah, and Simon, remember you got 30 seconds to get on the 6-meter bandwagon. Loses again.
Oh, it's closed for 6 more months.
Sorry, Simon.
Oh dear. Wait. Wait.
Well, I was excited, Simon, as I said, that I heard you the best that last stream. I was so happy
Oh, mate.
to QSO you. It seemed like every time you got on, I couldn't hear you no matter what band, no matter what time of day, no matter what antenna you were using. So I was excited to finally QSO you, and it came in so clear that second QSO. So that was awesome. It's always exciting.
Yeah,
Simon makes his streams.
What antenna were you using that day, Paul?
He's I was using the Alpha Hex Tenna, which I haven't done a review yet on, and I keep meaning to. So you know what it is, right? You know which one that is? A little plastic 3D print. That's the only thing I say to Alpha is they don't make their 3D printed products. They just seem less.
Oh, yeah, Steve, hang on, I got one here.
But it's just 2 whips, and you just adjust the length of the whips in that V formation, and then for 40 meters you have to attach a wire at the end of it. There you go. Yeah, that's what I got you with last week.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was it? Saturday or Friday? I forget.
Steve is the man.
It worked great. So I got to do a
Saturday.
review on it because it works. It's a great antenna, and it fits in my HOA small backyard.
I missed the sorry, mate. While I was looking for that, so what did you do a V?
So,
did you
yeah.
do a V or you did a vertical?
Yep. Nope, I did the two whips. That's what I ran, and you measure them depending on the band. And so I actually measured them this time. The first time I used it, I just put them full out, attached the wires. I was doing 40. I measured them. SWR was amazing. You just follow their little chart for what band you want, how long you want the whips. Okay, so you see how the whips screw into that, right? Like most others, Chameleon and everyone else, they screw in.
That's 3A24 right there. Yep.
So unfortunately, I noticed when I put it up that one of where the threads are, it's a little bent. So I think there's too much weight when that antenna is out, and it actually bent a little bit where the thread is. So now getting that thing inside the threads is very difficult. So I don't know if there's something that can be done, or it's just too much weight for that thread. The unit itself, like you have there, is fine. It's the threads on the whip that is a little bit bent and then goes straight onto the whip.
Well, that's a lot of weight. That's probably going to be.
It's a lot of weight.
When it's fully extended, it's probably 15, 20 pounds of downward pressure on that.
Yep. So it works, though. So when I do a review, I'm definitely going to give it a good review. It works. It's just, unfortunately, it's It's
well, and Steve and Steve is one of the great human beings on the planet. He is he's an amazing guy, and he's good friends with Mike at Burnaby Radio, and I can't say enough good things about Alpha Antenna. And
I've got four of their antennas I've bought over the years.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So Simon, in regards to the comment I have up on the screen right now. I saw that I had to go back and team replay. Holy cow, that was something. And you're not the only one to have dropped your 7300 off of table like that. Shane, this side of the radio, Paul knows. His 7300 went flying when someone tripped over coax, I think it was, and took it with them.
Oh, nice.
Holy smokes!
Oh, I had to
Well,
pin
you-
this one. I had to pin this one. I used my Donnie dollars for spraying the COVID checks.
Is there?
No, I actually paid back because this last year I owed 3,000. I have never owed in my life, but they started collecting taxes on all those
Oh.
checks that we got for me and my kids. I owed 3,000. Never
Really?
owed in my entire
Ah.
life. I had to pay $3,000. Yes, so they got it back.
I believe it.
Anyway, I don't want to make it a downer. Go ahead.
So all these radios you guys are dropping stuff. Is there a national do not buy list?
Yeah,
You know, like I think.
you'll see it on EHAM swap meet.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a radio off
No,
someone or
the
myself.
QRZ forums. That's where you want to avoid.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
forums.
So yeah, I guess I don't want to keep you too much later, Paul. You're saying your stream. Is
Well,
being-
let's see. Has the YL texted me? Why aren't you in bed yet? No. So
Okay. Yeah.
Woo! We're having fun. This is great.
Well,
And the hourglass is actually not empty.
it's not
My
quite.
sh-
Yeah.
my chateau cardboard from.
Can you set it up on the piano there, on the grand back there? Can you set it on the?
Oh yes. No. Now that would be instantly get the hell out of my house. And
Yeah.
even if this was a 1976 Chateau Latour or a Aubryon, if you sat that on somebody's grand piano like that'd be like get out of my house.
Not even with a coaster.
Exactly.
so
So this
I-
this week, you guys.
I got one from you.
Mike is on fire in the chat. Go, Mike.
Oh, guys. So you guys, stay tuned this week. I got some new antenna testing devices that I'm going to share with my crew on my channel. So if you know anybody who hasn't who wants to, I got the ultimate test for your mobile antenna. So some people might know in the Discord, but I got dared to do something, and I'm going to be putting the antennas to the test.
Is that all you can tell us, or anything else?
Yeah, I can't tell you anything
Oh,
else. You're gonna have to go see my channel. So
All right, let's crop his channel in here. I pulled it up, but I don't have it copied. Frank will probably get there quicker.
Frank's just the speedy on that.
You know, you'd be surprised. You might be a little
Oh,
quicker than me
there's Kevin.
tonight.
I got it.
And you got it.
Did I-
And you got it, Mike.
I want to
in-
see if I
in the
beat him.
chat.
Yeah.
I beat you, Frank.
Oh wait, hold on, Paul. I don't.
Oh, that's the
is that the
StreamYard.
right
That's not it.
link?
No, that's not it.
Why
do I have the StreamYard thing?
Remove.
I'm looking at your YouTube, and it's the
I
StreamYard.
got it. I'll drop it as you.
I must have pasted it in the browser on
There
the
we go.
page. All right, let's get
There we
Simon's
go. Now we
as
have
well.
the right link in the.
Okay, Mr. Muds. For those of you
I'll
who
get
aren't,
it since I.
grab Ham Jazz and then drop yours, Frank. And then Michael isn't on tonight, but he's in the channel Getting Out in Life. What was that, Simon? What do you got there?
Okay, there's a local ham in town is getting out of ham radio, and he gave me a bunch of stuff, including this fabulous old. Oh, I can't even read it, but anyway, this thing is fantastic. It's got the watts, percentage modulation, and SWR. I reckon that's probably from the 80s. Check that out.
Looks nice.
Nice.
So you put your dummy load in one side, and you
Very
can transmit. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? This has
Calibrate,
been- yeah.
That is nice.
monitor. Huh. Interesting.
And yeah, but just knowing, I've never known how to be able to, get your PEP, work out exactly, calculate or see exactly how much power you're putting out. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very cool. Frank, drop your link as well.
So I'm just going to really quickly tease this. Or I'll do that in a second. I'm going to quickly tease
Stories
this.
getting
This has been
out in
sitting
life. It
for
really
about-
is, buddy.
There's Michael's
Th-
Getting
this
Out
has
in
been
Life.
sitting in front of me for about 45 minutes now. Oh, come on. Why is... Yeah, EOS webcam utility been sitting in front of me. No, that's not what I wanted.
I got my Canon
Keep talking.
Rebel
while I
back
figure
from the
this
repair
out.
shop. So I just want to let everyone know I did a test and it was successful. You cannot put a digital camera zoomed into an eclipse. It does ruin it. I put no filter. I put no filter on my T3i Rebel. I took some great photos. The next morning, I went to use it on my stream. It was dead. I sent it in. The guy says he had to replace the entire circuit, all the circuit boards in it. It was all just, it was all fried. So, word to the wise. What the heck? Is that ribs?
Yum.
Uh-oh, Frank, you froze.
Just keeled over for eating that.
It was
rib.
too much. It was too much. Too many
This
ribs.
is Major Tom to ground control.
Yeah, Michael just put a brief video out today. He put me on, what was it, over a year ago? I think I was on his channel, maybe 2. I can't remember. Oh, well, okay, we lost Frank. He'll probably be back. But okay, so Wes, what else you got? So you got something coming this week. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
No, nothing else. I'm just going to be playing radio. I'm going to be on Coffee and Ham Radio this Thursday.
Oh, that's right, Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, so come watch me on that. We'll see what
Nice.
we can get up to. All sorts of stuff this summer. Simon and I got some experiments that we're going to release, right? A couple
Nice.
things we're going to try. So, all top secret.
Okay, Simon, what do you got? Anything coming up? You doing some more POTA streams this week?
Yeah, excuse me. I'll do one on Wednesday, but you know, you talk about the grand vision of a channel, right, Paul? If we may.
Yes, sir.
The big why I do this is I have actually got heart disease, like my sister and my parents, but they both died too young from cancer. So my goal is I've got to get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as I can, because when I do, I can have a big donate and a charity button on my live streams, and all of the super chats go to the Heart Foundation, 100%. So rather than super chats where YouTube takes 30% of the
yeah. So does that require 10,000 to get the charitable? Oh, okay.
So it's a bit of a crappy. Well, I won't. You know what? YouTube have their reasons for it, but I'm like, oh, come on, really? You got to get to 10K to do, to really want to give back, and so that's sort of the ultimate vision for me for my YouTube channel, so that I can have a big donate button on every stream. And
I think you'll get there. You're well on your way.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, it's but mate, I'm loving the journey, and I'm loving the ham fam, the brotherhood, beautiful people all around us, and you know what? It's just the greatest. It's the absolute. It's the greatest and most exciting journey I've ever been on in my life, and I think I can speak on behalf of the 4 of us here. Yes, we've got families. I mean, that's a different thing, right? Family is family, and family comes first. But as far as life's visions and fun factor, and just something that keeps you up late at night and gets you up early in the morning, this ticks all the boxes. It's so exciting. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. And what's cool about this is I got to know Frank a couple of months ago, maybe, where we actually kind of started talking. And it's only been a couple or few weeks that I've known Wes and Simon, but yet we're able to sit here and just have some fun talking. It's fun to QSO. It's fun to watch streams. It's just, you're right. I love the family that we're all building here. So hopefully we'll get more people joining in. If you guys aren't, I think most of us know the ones that are at least chatting. So if you're not, though, go to each stream, subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and help build these streams up. And like Simon says when he gets what Simon says, I like that.
No, we got to get simple. Simon.
We got to get Simon at 10,000. Go ahead and subscribe to the others as well. And Frank, what do you got this week?
Well, I don't know if it actually showed before StreamYard crashed on me, but come on, there we go. That's my dinner that's been sitting in front of me for the last 50 minutes now, so I'm anxiously.
Hey, Scott.
Even before Jason ended, it was sitting in front of me. I have. Let's see here today. Okay, I keep track of my days there. Tuesday night, I have video coming out. It's another POTA activation using the Poseidon antenna from Coffee and Ham Radios. I'm part of the Tuesday night premiere list that leads up to Ham Radio Clubhouse. You should check them out if you haven't already. And I can drop their link too if it will let me, if this will let me. I then on Wednesday, because of the trying to type and talk at the same time, it's not working out. Because of the success that I had on our Thursday night 2 weeks ago now, I'm going to start doing that every other Wednesday. So this Wednesday will be it. I'm still trying to work out this timing of it because I found out tonight on Jason's stream that another YouTuber is going to be live streaming around the same time. So I need to work that out with him and see what's going on. And then Thursdays at 10 Central, 0300 UTC. So right about now on Thursday nights, I stream the NorCal Swap Net on my channel, and I'll drop all the channels here for you in just a second. On Jason's channel tonight, however, whoops, wrong one. I went from 331 subs, and you just watched it roll over to 370 subs.
Nice.
So I gained 30, almost 40 subs since in the last 3 hours. So
cool.
that's about it. Apparently, Paul, you're now at 13 subs, and Mike, why did I wait? Because I've been busy with various live streams. I literally hopped from Jason's right into Paul's. So, I don't eat on live streams, but I will teach.
Wait, I'm only 30. I should be more than 13. Or did I gain 13?
Right?
Who's messing with me? What is that?
What happened?
What is that 13 number? That's an unlucky number anyway, isn't it?
No, I was born on the
According to
Friday the
rumors.
13th, mate.
Oh, you were? That's awesome.
Yeah, August the 13th, mate. I'm a Leo. I'm one of those sort of crazy idiots. Yeah. 13th,
Simon,
mate.
Simon, your birthday's August 13th?
Yes, mate.
My dad is the 14th.
Oh, wow. Cool, mate.
But he is much, much older.
And much smarter and more handsome and all of that, right?
No,
That's hilarious.
I'll be 100% honest. No.
I think when I get 2,000, I think since I didn't do anything for 1,000, maybe I'll do some kind of a giveaway. I've got.
Where are you at? Oh, hang on, Paul. Where are you at, mate? Are you at
1950 something,
195
5 something? It only shows me.
If you go in your studio analytics and if you're using OBS, you can bring this up. And
I had to get rid of OBS, Frank. If you can't, you got to help me get the desktop audio into StreamYards. I can't get it, so I just got rid of OBS. I can use OBS on its own and get everything I want, or StreamYard. I just can't get the desktop audio. So
yeah, we'll work that out.
Oh, Roger! Look at Roger. Good on you, mate.
Fantastic.
We love you, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. And spread the word, guys.
Yeah, the love, absolutely.
We come across a lot of people that don't necessarily look at YouTube channels very often. It's become kind of a daily thing for me. Part of my daily routine is to see what streams are on, and if I'm able to sit down, I watch whoever I can watch. So definitely, guys, get the word out, and let's build this community better. And if there's anybody in here that wants to come on a RagChew, what does StreamYard allow? 10 people or 8 people, something like that?
Do you subscribe?
Yeah.
Okay, you subscribe. How many is it, Frank? 10?
10, but as our back end here that I helped you guys set up, we can have us 4 plus another 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
how many on the screen at any one time?
I do believe we can. I haven't gotten that far. I do believe, though, we can fit, like if we had all 14, we could fit all 14.
We lost
Wes.
Wes clicked the wrong button.
As long as he didn't pull a Molson and hit the in-stream button.
Wes just changed his frequency to 6 meters. He's no longer propagating.
Disappearing.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, guys, anybody is welcome. And like I told the guys earlier, I'm working on stickers and patches. similar to the logo I created up there with AI, but it's going to be created by an actual designer. And whoever comes on, I'll give a patch and/or sticker or whatever you want. So try to build the RagChew crew and get whoever wants to come out and just sit down and chat about stuff.
And Mike, if you didn't get the link properly, I'll drop it in the Discord later because I see you were coming in through Mr. Mud's channel, which is interesting because he's not in here anymore, but it's still connected to his YouTube. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I did create another channel. I haven't promoted it, and like some of the guys did with Coffee and Hammer Radios, but they have their individual channels. I did create another YouTube channel, and it's called the RagChew Crew. No subscribers. I haven't really. As this builds, then maybe we can move people over, and that can be controlled by, a group of people similar to Coffee and Ham Radios, and we can go from there. But I didn't know there was another Prep Ham Paul YouTube channel. I thought I was the only one. I don't know why there would be another one. Prep Ham has been so difficult for some people to figure out. Prefam, prefam. What is this? And I have to explain. Prepared ham radio. Paul is my name. So anyway.
Hey, Paul, can I just jump
sir.
in there, mate?
Yes,
so our buddy Chris, digital analog ham. So it's holy smokes, Chris. 1, 2, 3. It's about 3 or 4 in the morning. He's in the UK. You are a champion.
Oh, goodness sakes.
No, we love the guys in the UK that, as Smoke and Ape says, they're vampires over there, Chris. And guys, if you need any OBS advice, Chris is the guy.
Okay.
Yep.
And
well as Frank.
Which just reminded
Simon,
me.
4:20 a.m.
Just look at my top corner.
Oh, there you go. So Simon, you're streaming POTA again Wednesday, you said?
Yeah, mate. I do Wednesday. Okay. I do every Wednesday. Pardon me?
I'm gonna be in Japan. That works great. I'll watch your stream, and I'm gonna see if I can get the antenna out the window and see if I can QSO you from Japan.
Fantastic, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Right. And so do you do 12 and 17? Because it seems like it's better for JA.
It's the Reliance end fed bug out. So I've got all bands. They're all, and I got a tuner if needed. So no worries. All bands.
I'll have a crappy tape measure by the ocean, mate. So anything could happen.
Angle it. Point it to Japan.
Will do, buddy.
I would love to QSO you with my Japanese call. So
yes,
that would be amazing.
And what is your Japanese call?
So Japan, they don't reciprocate in the way that other countries do.
Okay.
You get your privileges according to your license. So for me, extra, I get all the privileges, but Japan goes with wattage. So as a technician, we would call the lower one. I think they can only do 10 watts. Or maybe 20, I forget. And then as you go up their levels, they increase the wattage. So the only way you can get max power in Japan is if you have a stationary, like a QTH setup. So because mine is basically a mobile setup in a backpack that I take out and put in, it's not stationary. I'm only allowed 50 watts, even with amateur extra license privileges in the States.
Wow.
And then they make you buy another. So I don't do like K5 VOP / JA or anything. You have to literally pay every year. I pay 35, with the exchange rate, maybe $25 a year. And they renew my Japanese call, which is JI1 GBC, Juliet India 1, Golf Bravo Charlie. And I've got that on QRZ. So you can see some of the QSOs I've made from the hotel.
Wow.
JI1 GBC.
And where are you in Japan?
So if you go from Tokyo, basically kind of due east across the bay and a little bit inland, there's a small town called Narita, and that's a major
the airport.
Connecting airport location. It used to be all farmland. It's been building up over the years.
And then you drink some of those fabulous sakis, rice wine.
Well, I brought some. I'm not a drinker, but I asked a friend for tank radio for Frank. I told him I was going to bring him some Japanese. It's kind of a whiskey. It's not quite like the whiskey he knows. So a friend told me about this shochu, which is a sipping whiskey. So it's meant to sip like, most cognacs or whatever else you want to talk. He hasn't tasted it yet. So he hasn't even.
Oh, it's because Frank doesn't sip.
Well, he needs to learn to sip like a gentleman, I think is how, right? All the wealthy elites, they just sip it. They don't.
With their pinky out too. Don't forget that.
Yeah. So anyway,
And
Also,
okay,
it's scheduled in my live, but I don't know if anyone else, if Josh or anyone else is going to go to the Tokyo Ham Fair. I know the excitement of the ICOM coming out may push some of these big YouTubers to go. So if anyone
we
is
were
going, I'm
talking.
scheduling it, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Japan for 4 days. I'm going to go to the Electric City in Tokyo. I'm going to check out some radio shops, and I'm going to hit the 2 days of the Ham Fair in Tokyo this
Nice.
August. So I'll
We were
have.
talking about that on Jason's stream.
Uh huh.
It depend. There's a lot of factors going into whether or not anyone's going to go to that, because it was brought up if Hayden, because they were talking about Hamvention here in Xenia, they were asking Hayden, because Hayden was on for a little bit, if there was any major ham fest like that down in VK land.
No, it's not.
There's not.
Not like
No,
Hamvention.
no, and Hayden, yeah, we've talked about this, Hayden and I, and I know he's done streams on it. I think there's only 6,000 or 7,000 VKs. You know what I mean? So there's just not the populace. So,
Right.
so to do a major hamvention would be probably somewhat of a flop, I would say.
So that's probably why flying to Tokyo for them is easier to
Right.
VK flying up to Tokyo than us going to Tokyo is easier. So maybe Hayden might be there. I don't know about anyone else though.
It's going to be interesting to see what the X60 is, because at the end of the day, it's just components and parts, right? So it's actually not it's not going to be a standalone, say, 7610 plus 10, or you know what I mean? So
Wait, wasn't that Wes's video short? Was that Wes?
Yeah. That's
Oh
right.
my gosh, that's right.
But-
I just put two and two together. I forgot his video, guys. Go
the
to
doggy
Mr. Mud.
boys.
It's a short, I think, right?
It is.
Go to his
It's a
shorts
short.
and look at the short he put about the ICOM's announcement of their new radio. Freaking
Now,
genius.
I will say this: Vince VE6LK says his speculation is it's going to be a parts radio that you have to assemble yourself.
No, here's
there's
what I
also
think it is.
speculation.
I think it's going to be I think it's going to go more towards the flex radio style.
Yes.
It's going to be. I think it's going to have
Yes.
all mode. It's going to have everything. But I still don't know if I think it's going to have a screen or not. I think they will because people love those ICOM screens. But I think they're going to lean more towards the flex radio type
I
of
think,
radio.
you know what, Paul? I'm just speculating as well, and I think it's. I don't think it'll be headless, or maybe it will be. But I agree. I think they're going to try to take some of the market share from Flex.
Yeah,
I think.
I think they'll have a screen, but without all the knobs of, say, like my Yaesu 101D. I think it's going to be a Flex radio with a nice screen on it.
Yep.
Because you don't need the knobs if you got a touch screen or it's connected to the computer, right? You don't really need them.
Frank.
Speculation, Frank.
Hey, I won't say who, but there's a couple radio manufacturers that don't like it when you speculate.
Oh, they love it. He was even asking at the.
Oh,
he was
I know.
asking at Dayton. He was like, "What do you guys think? What do you guys think?" And then he'd cover it up again.
Well, that's
It doesn't
really
matter to
cool.
me. I won't. I'm not going to buy it. I love my Yaesus, but I'm sure it'll be a beautiful radio. They do. ICOM makes some beautiful radios.
They
they'll do.
think that it's going to be something along the lines of the 7820, I think it was, that replaced their $15,000 radio. the one that they just took off the market. Yeah, that's what they're thinking. That's the speculation.
Oh, who knows? But you know the old saying, Frank.
Hmm.
You sell to the classes. You live with the masses. You sell to the masses. You live with the classes.
Exactly.
So why would they do that? But then if you sell one Ferrari a year, who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
So Wes messaged me and his screen crashed, and he figures
Oh, no.
I think we're going to close up soon, so he's not coming back. So thank Wes for joining, and Simon and Frank, guys, thanks. It was fun,
Thanks,
but I do
Paul.
need to shut it down. I went
Yep.
almost an hour over what I normally do. But no, it's always. I knew it would be fun. I knew it could go on forever.
Well, Paul, see, that's the thing about getting other guys on with you.
Yeah.
Is the topics that span. So yeah.
Yeah.
You can go hour and a half, especially
Yeah.
since there's no one else right now.
Yeah, I may have to move these up to 8:30. I'm not sure. When it's just me and a topic, I do 30, 40 minutes and I can finish, but it's
Right.
much more fun and exciting to get more people in chat, Get a few
Oh,
other
absolutely.
YouTubers in here and just talk shop, right?
Absolutely. And yeah, I don't know. It was a little crazy, but tonight we had was it 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 rows of 4 people each, plus a couple extra at the bottom in Jason's happy hour tonight. So there were
Wow.
a lot. If you watch Clubhouse, they take forever for their intros, right?
Hmm.
We beat the Clubhouse with an hour and a half of introductions from each of, because Jason starts at the top and works his way to the, with the couple that popped in and out. We spent an hour and a half just on introductions.
Hilarious.
And that's why I'm sitting here with this. Come on, there we go. That's why I'm sitting here with this, and it's
It's going to get cold. You need to eat it.
no, it is cold. It literally is cold. So
All right. Well, I can eat ribs cold, but that corn needs to be warmed up with some butter and pepper and salt on it.
oh, it already has too much pepper on it. I can see it from here.
All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's always fun. Simon, I was excited to have you
Thanks,
on.
Paul.
You
Pleasure.
make your streams are amazingly funny, and just a pleasure to stay on. You lose track of time, and I'll be looking to try to QSO you. I'll watch your stream Wednesday from Japan. I'll try to QSO you, and
Fantastic.
so everyone get on if you can next week. Every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central, Sunday night RagChew. It's either a topic I do. If I get more people to come in and talk, we'll do this again. So it was fun. Thanks everyone for joining us, guys.
See
Thank you
y'all
and have a
later.
good night. 73s, everybody. Thanks for
You
joining.
gonna hit
Thanks
the
for
button,
coming.
or do you
Thanks,
want me
Paul.
to?
Frank's gonna kill it.
Cool. Killing.